So you like it just kind of yeah, it just different things just kind of took you. That's why I like that, man, because I think like you're living life, you're working at different places, and you're just letting your like career just kind of slide through it. I think people want to do this perfect storybook thing where you go to the 4 year, you get some like fancy degree, then you work at some company, you chip away, right? And it's like it doesn't. That's not how it works for everybody. You know what I mean? That's not how it works for everybody. Because people just do it differently. So you stumbled across it, you opened up your own place, and so like you and I have that in common, right? When we had our own place, we were paying leases and all that. It was ridiculous, right? It's hard, right? It's difficult for all the young listeners out there. We're not telling them not to open up a business, but it is definitely like it's not as easy as it looks, right? It's not as easy as it looks, and you gotta just do it sometimes. Like we talk about all the time, like sometimes you just gotta do it. It's like with the podcast, it's just something I just did. I know the risk was very low compared to a business that I had, but that's what kind of enticed me was like, what can I do that doesn't put so much risk like I had before, right? Where I can kind of enjoy it. You know what I mean? I could be my own boss a little bit, take breaks whenever I wanted to. And that's why I'm kind of enjoying this podcast thing. That's why I think that your podcast, going back to Black Money U, like we got to bring it back. You know what I mean? We got to bring it back because there's obviously a need for that. There's a need for everyone, especially young students, to like learn about financial literacy, not just the terms and how nice they sound, but like when you say portfolio, like to me, like I still have like an idea, but I don't. You know what I mean? So it's like little things like that that people don't know because we never learned them. And I think uh, it's going to kind of take us to what was going on right now today, where it's like this whole stock thing, right? People are sitting around trying to like invest their stimulus or whatever it is, their money, and trying to drop it somewhere. And I've talked to you before about it. It's like, man, I don't have the patience or I don't even know how to buy stock. You know what I mean? I know there's apps and stuff like that. So kind of talk about real quick. What do you think about this whole GameStop situation that happened? I mean, you probably know more than I do as far as like the details. But I'm laughing. I'm laughing over here as I'm reading on social media what happened and kind of understanding what happened. I'm kind of like, hey, anytime we take it to the man, to me it's a win. You know what I mean? So kind of tell me, what do you think about that? The whole GameStop.
First thing I'm going to say is a lot of times I think people have anxiety because they hear of their brother, their uncle, their neighbor Pete, whoever out there having all these gains or living this fantastical life. And I think it tears at our hearts because we want comfort, we want stability, we want our families to be okay, we want to be okay, we see this allure of wealth and fashion and these things that are like glittery. And what we have to remember is that people work, financial advisors, planners, CPAs, these people work. The analysts, financial analysts, they all work. They put in the time. People know Warren Buffett now, but at one time, Warren Buffett, he was having to raise money so that he could invest. And people don't remember that there was a time when Warren Buffett didn't have even hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars. And when we think of people's wealth, we can't think of in terms of what they have right physically. A lot of times it's their company. Jeff Bezos has a company called Amazon, which is worth billions of dollars. Yeah. And when we start separating and making it more human and realizing that we are a person first and that there's a business which is separate, right? Then we start, I think we'll humanize this whole ourselves and not be so anxious and expect certain things like, oh, the stock market went down. Yeah, the stock market went down, but guess what? I was able to give my daughter a hug this morning. Those are more important things.